If you want to figure out whether someone is a real NBA fan, ask them to name the members of Run TMC, one of the most electric trios in NBA history. Tim Hardaway, Mitch Richmond, and Chris Mullin were a revolution on the court. They didn't just win a lot of games, they provided a lot of pizza. Before the 1991 season, a promotion was announced. For every home game that the Warriors win and score over 120 points, everyone in the arena would get a free pizza. You can imagine how the manager of the pizza place felt when after the Warriors won their season opener versus Denver 162 to 158. This remains the highest scoring game without overtime in NBA history. The Warriors would score 120 points or more 20 times that season. That's a lot of pizza. The mind behind this style of play was Don Nelson. The Warriors had brought Nelson from Milwaukee, where he also worked as coach GM. Chris Mullin was already there, and in his first draft as Warriors GM, Nelson selected Mitch Richmond with the 5th pick. It didn't take long for Nelly to trade most of the team and get players who could play the way he wanted them to play. It was truly most of the team. During a recent podcast with the Haber Show, Chris Mullin talked about that particular season. When Coach Nelson took over, he said he was going to change the whole thing. Mullin went on a rehab, and upon his return from the rehab, he met the team at an airport and nearly didn't recognize anyone. Can you imagine that? In the 1989 NBA draft, Nelson picked Tim Hardaway. By his admission, Nelson was just picking the best player available at number 12. Soon he realized what kind of offensive talent he had on the team, and that's when Nelson decided the team needs to play fast. Really fast. Unlike most coaches, Nelson didn't micromanage his team, quite the opposite. Coach Nelson went on record saying, "I'm gonna call no plays. As long as you guys are sharing the basketball, playing the right way, no plays." There was only one rule. Hardaway had to pass it when they initiated offense. His crossover was so good, he could have passed his man every time. If the ball got to him a second time in the possession, Hardaway had free reign to do his own thing. Someone should talk to James Harden about this. To make this story more accessible to Harden, here's their defensive approach. Several times during the middle of the season, Coach Nelson would just walk up to the chalkboard and put up 120. He'd circle it and say, "Let's go 120 tonight and let's get out of here." So there was no scouting report and no defense. Unfortunately, Run TMC lasted for only 2 seasons. The concept was so radical, and Nelson was getting a lot of pressure to play a more conventional style. He traded the 6'5" Richmond to the Kings for 6'8" Billy Owens, a decision Nelson regrets ever since, and so do we. At least, the Warriors fans got a lot of pizza. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoy our content, please subscribe.